Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now to end out the week here, we're going to be doing our portfolio update video. I do these every other Friday so you guys can document the trades that I'm making in my public account and follow along if you choose to do so. I had 2 trades this week which we're going to talk about. It's been a wild couple of weeks in the market, and I'm happy to say my portfolio value is actually up since our last update, so that's phenomenal. Now, a couple of new things on the channel here. You'll notice that I've opened up my membership functionality, so if you want to join the McNallie Money family or community, please feel free to do so. I'm happy to take feedback if there's any perks or incentives you guys would like to see as part of that program. I've also opened up some affiliate links in the description section below. Right now we're featuring BlockFi. It's a great platform if you're sitting on cryptocurrency and you actually want to make some interest on those funds as they sit there. I just opened an account up myself and I've been really happy with the platform so far. Now before we get into the video, please take a second to smash that like button. I promise you it's 100% free to do so, and it really helps both myself and the channel out in a huge way. If you're not already subscribed to the channel McNallie Money, feel free to do so as well, and leave a comment in the section below on what you think of my portfolio, my current holdings, and my strategy moving forward. Now without further ado, let's roll the intro and get into this week's video. All right, you guys, it's that time of week again. We're going to go through my public portfolio. We're going to document the trades I've made in the past 2 weeks since we last looked at this account. And we're going to talk about the balance and my current positions or holdings in this account. So before we get into things here, you guys, we got the main screen up. You can see as of close on Thursday, I was sitting at $21,761.04 Canadian. Now, if we compare that to my video 2 weeks ago, I was actually sitting at $21,379. So we're actually up $382 over the last 14 days, which equates to about 1.8% of the portfolio. Now, 1.8 may not sound like a lot, but that's over a 2-week period, you guys. So that's almost 4% a month, or about 48% on an annualized basis. And keep in mind, the last few weeks in the market have been absolutely insane, particularly in regards to the crypto market, but even the stock market itself, you guys. A lot of these companies have really been bouncing around tremendously, and we're actually going to look at that with a few of the trades that I've made this week. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I'm going to pull up my recent orders. So we're going to go under the orders tab here, click on the executed. We have the 2-week filter selected, but as you guys are aware, you can filter this by week, by month, by individual day, whatever works for you. And you're going to notice since we last chatted, I've actually made 2 trades, 1 buy and 1 sell. So we'll talk about the buy first here, you guys. This was on the Valens Company. So as many of you are probably aware, the Valens Company is my favorite stock in the entire market right now. I currently have about $20,000 worth of Valens shares spread across my different portfolios. And this is a company I could not be more bullish on. They just recently announced news that they're actually entering some new provincial markets here in Canada. They had massive news south of the border with the acquisition of Green Roads. And it literally seems like every single week, the Valens Company is coming out with some big development that makes me even more excited about this stock moving forward. So this was the buy that I made on them. I picked up 425 shares at an average price of $2.98. Now, if you recall, a couple weeks prior to this, I actually sold a bunch of my Valens shares in this account. So if we zoom out to a 1 month, you can see that I actually sold 750 shares of the Valens Company at $3.47. So I have been swing trading this stock a little bit, and you're gonna see exactly why in the next slide here when we look at their chart. So if we pull up the Valens Company chart over the last 6 months, it's no wonder why I'm so excited about this company. You can see they've been on an absolute run from under $2, so they were trading in the $1.65, $1.70 range, and they actually hit a high here on May 10th of $4. Now immediately following that, you guys, you can see the price pulled back dramatically over the next couple of trading days, and they were actually trading below $3 within a few days of that $4 high. Now if we go into the full screen view here, and we actually layer in the RSI, or the Relative Strength Index, you can see that this big pullback correlates almost exactly with the RSI hitting that 80-point threshold. And what I've actually noticed with the Valens Company is every single time this RSI gets close to the 80 line, there's been a dramatic pullback in share price. So you notice that here on April 5th, you notice that again here on February 10th, and you notice that again here on January 19th. So what I've been doing in my accounts, you guys, is as soon as the Valens Company is getting close to that 80 level on the RSI, I've been dumping about 10 to 20% of my overall stake in this company, waiting for the pullback, and then reloading up on these shares the next couple of days at a fraction of the price. So that's exactly what I did here, you guys, was I was able to get out of this company at about $3.50 in this account. In one of my other accounts, I think I got out around $3.85, and then I was able to load up again within the next couple of days, right around that $3 mark. So for me, this has been a great strategy to allow me to accumulate more shares of the Valens Company through some nifty trades like this. So if we now jump back to my trading account here, you can see the second trade I made actually on the exact same day, so May 13th, was a sell of my Walgreens Boots Alliance shares. So I actually had 20 shares of this company. Now I actually bought these shares for $38.61 a piece, so I was able to profit about 39% on this trade itself. So I was happy to close that one out, and I actually used that money to finance this Valens trade. So for me, I was looking at the numbers here. We'll bring up the Walgreens chart, and I was thinking to myself, over the past 6 months, the highest this stock has actually been was about $56.80. So about $2, give or take, from where I sold it. Now with 20 shares, that means I may be able to squeeze another $40, $50 US out of this position. But in my opinion, I'm much better off having that money back in the Valens Company at an average price of $2.98, because I can get a lot more return on my investment and a lot more bang for my buck. So I was happy to unload that Walgreens Boots Alliance position, take my 40% profit, and immediately reinvest that back into the Valens Company. So we're now going to take a look at my actual account itself. So we're going to jump into the positions tab here on the Questrade platform. I'm going to sort this by market value so you guys can see my positions ranked from most valuable to least valuable in the account. Now you'll see front and center here is actually the Valens Company. So with that buy I initiated on May 13th, I now have just about 1,300 shares or 1,275 shares of the Valens Company in this account. I'm in for an average price of $3.13, give or take, with today's close at $3.49. So I'm already up nearly 12% on this position, or about $465 Canadian, in addition to those swing trade profits that I've already made. So as of right now, this represents about 20% of my portfolio here, you guys. Now, as a general rule of thumb, I never like to have more than about 15 to 20% of my portfolio tied up in any one specific stock. So I may have to start to rebalance this position a little bit if we continue to see the Valens share price move up like it has over the last couple of months. Now, that's not a big deal for me. There's a number of other companies that I'm looking to average down on and increase my positions. So I'm happy to take some money or profit out of the Valens Company and repurpose that if need be. Next up is actually Planet 13 Holdings. So this is another MJ play. This one's focused on the retail experience in the United States. So obviously I'm very bullish on MJ overall, particularly in the US, and that's why I was so excited about that Valens acquisition of Green Roads. But Planet 13 operates these superstores in Las Vegas. They're building one out in California as well. And they're really looking to own that big box retail experience in the United States. So this one is actually in Canadian dollars, although it's a US stock. I bought it for $4.64 per share, 410 shares. It's currently trading at $7.54. So I'm up about 62% or just about $1,200. And it represents about 14% of my portfolio. After that, we have Dropbox. So I'm in on Dropbox for 100 shares at an average price of $19.45 US. It's currently trading just under $27, so we're up a healthy 38% here, which is about $730 US, and currently represents almost the same percentage of my portfolio as we saw with Planet 13 at about 14 to 15%. Now, in addition to the Dropbox shares, I also have Dropbox call options. So I have 2 contracts dated for January 21st, 2022. So I've still got a long time until that expiration date. These are 20 strike calls with an average price of $8.10. So for those of you who aren't familiar with options, essentially what I need to happen here is have Dropbox trading at or above $28.10 by January 21st of next year. and I'm going to break even on this position. Now, as of right now, they're currently trading at about $7.85 per contract, so I'm down about 50 bucks or 3% off my initial investment, which I'm not too concerned about because we've seen some weakness in the tech space over the last couple of weeks. Now, after Dropbox, we have Tattooed Chef call options. So I have a number of different plays on Tattooed Chef in this account. I have these call options dated for April 14th with a $15 strike. These are my most recent purchase of this company. I have 2 contracts at an average price of $5. So Tattooed Chef, very similar to Valens, actually had a massive pullback over the last month. This company was trading as low as about $15 at one point. Now, I am a huge bull on Tattooed Chef. I believe in this company wholeheartedly moving forward. So when I saw their shares trading in that range, I was so excited and I wanted to actually load up and get some increased leverage in the form of options. So I bought 2 contracts in this account. I actually bought 5 contracts in my other account, and I'm very well positioned for Tattooed Chef if it's able to get back up into that 25, 27, 28 kind of range we saw a few months ago. Now I'm already up 50% on this position. I haven't even had these contracts over a month, and that equates to about $486 US, which is phenomenal to see in such a short amount of time. And that's why I absolutely love call options, you guys. If you're adamant that the stock is going up, this is definitely the way to play it. Now, following those Tattooed Chef call options, we have Cresco Labs. Again, a US MJ play, but in Canadian dollars here. So 100 shares, average price of $16.48. I'm down a little bit on this position right now. They're trading at $13.55, so I'm down about 18% or $300. This is the company I'm going to be looking to funnel some of those Valens profits into if I need to rebalance. So I'm happy to be paying under 14 bucks for Cresco Labs, and I'd really like to get this position up to about 200 or 250 shares overall. Now, following that, we have QBTC.U, which is my play on Bitcoin in US dollars. We also have QBTC.TO at the bottom. That's the exact same fund, but in Canadian dollars. As most of you are probably aware, Bitcoin has been absolutely killed over the last 2 weeks. These positions were up about 200 and 300% respectively in our last couple update videos, and the price of these shares has taken a major beating as we've seen the value of Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies absolutely fall off a cliff. So I'm still up 161% on the US side, 87.5% profit on the Canadian side. So obviously still great returns, you guys. But like I said, these were looking a lot better for me a couple of weeks ago. Now, after the Bitcoin funds, we've got more plays on Tattooed Chef. So another couple call options. We have 3 contracts here with a strike price of $20. These are call options as well, with a December 17th expiration. So these are a little shorter term than the April 14th ones we just talked about. Now with a $20 strike, I basically need Tattooed Chef to be trading at $25.97 by December 17th in order to break even. Now I was up considerably on these call options a couple of months ago. Tattooed Chef was actually in the $26, $27 range. I think it'll honestly get back to that point, if not higher, over the summer months here. But as of right now, I have taken a bit of a haircut here. I'm down about 38% on this position, or about $680 US. Now, I don't have a stop loss on these call options. I don't really use stop losses much in my account whatsoever, but I do want to monitor this, you guys, because as I get closer to that expiration date, you're going to run into problems with theta, and it is going to get to a point where I may have to cut my losses if my bullish thesis doesn't come true on Tattooed Chef. Now, following the call options, I've actually got 50 shares of TTCF itself. I'm in at an average of $21.14. Tattooed Chef closed today just under 20 bucks, so I'm down about $58 or 5% on this position, which I'm not too fussed about because, again, I think this is going to be mid-20s to low 30s by the end of summer, no problem. And then the final position here is Corsar Gaming. I have 30 shares. I paid just under 37 bucks. We're trading now under 32, so I'm down about 14% on the position. This is another company, you guys, where I'd be happy to average down and add some shares to increase my overall position size. So if I continue to see the Valens Company exploding, I'm going to start to funnel off some money into Corsar Gaming and into Cresco Labs. So that's it for today's update, you guys. Short and sweet. I wanted to give you a quick summary of my trades in the last couple of weeks, give you a rundown on my portfolio, my current positions and holdings. Hopefully you enjoyed. As always, feel free to leave a comment in the section below on what you think of my holdings, my portfolio, and my strategies moving forward. If you haven't already, take a second to smash that like button. It's 100% free to do. It helps me out in a huge way, and I'd really appreciate it. In addition to that, if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, make sure you take a second to do that as well. Hit the bell icon and you'll get notifications each and every time I upload a video. And finally, you guys, make sure you have a great rest of your day, and thanks so much for watching.